This is a demo of the Heat to Maya plugin. I'll go ahead and open up the plugin right here. Let's start by pulling in a new Heat base character by clicking here on the Import Character button. This will automatically import and select a Heat base character into your Maya scene. And because it's already selected, it's ready for animation. Let's go ahead and import this first wave over animation by selecting it and clicking the Import button. Now if we hit play, you'll see that the animation comes in perfectly at 60 frames per second. All of our animations are 60 FPS and all have an animated root bone, making it a very useful tool for both animation and game design. What we can do next is create an animation clip in the time editor from this keyframed animation. This will allow us to blend multiple animations. So now let's go ahead and pull in a second animation, this open door animation. We'll go ahead and hit import. Now what this does is it automatically clears the keyframes from the previous animation. That way, every time you import a new animation, you get a fresh animation. You can see that the animation that we made a clip out of into the time editor is still preserved there. Also, when you pull in an animation, it automatically mutes the time editor so that you don't have any conflicts between your keyframed animations and your time editor animations. Let's go ahead and make an animation clip out of the second animation. Now we have two anim clips in our time editor. We can grab this second one and pull it behind the first, and now these animations will blend seamlessly. We could take this a step further by putting a relocator on the second animation to get the animation blending looking really clean, get that location perfect. You could also combine multiple animations that are blended into one new grouped animation. It's a very creative tool. Now let's go ahead and start here with a fresh Maya scene. I'm going to go ahead and pull in 4 new Heat-based characters. I'm just going to hit this character import button a few times. And as you can see, as I pull in new characters, the most recent one is always selected, so it's really easy to just pull in a character and immediately throw an animation onto it. Alright, let's go ahead and space these guys out a little bit so we can see what we are doing here. We're going to put a different animation on each character, just to show you what you can do here with multiple characters. In the Heat platform, we have these filter settings up at the top, so you can easily find the perfect animation for your scene or situation. We've got settings, props, emotions, actions, and themes. We're going to go ahead and go into the actions, and we're going to toggle the idle. So now we're filtering through our idle animations. We're going to put a different idle animation on each one of these characters. Let's start with this first character, make sure he's selected. And we'll do standing cheer right here. Go ahead and hit import. For this next character, let's do this party idol. The next one, let's do this seated idol. And for the final character, let's do this kneeling animation. Now you can see with this process just how quick it is to pull a character and an animation into your scene in Maya. If we go ahead and hit play, you'll see that we have 4 different characters all animating independently. We could always take this a step further by creating animation clips in the time editor of each one of these animations. Then we could loop them and extend them, make them all the same length. We can stretch them and group them and make all new animations. Now that we have an animation in our Maya scene, let's take this a step further and show you how you can use this animation on your own character. You can see here in the Human IK window that the Heat-based character comes in with a skeletal definition already set. That makes it incredibly easy to retarget from a Heat character to any other character that has a skeletal definition through HIK. I'm going to go ahead and start by importing a Maya dummy character into the scene. There he is. I'm going to go ahead and switch the character in the human IK skeletal definition character field. I will choose the dummy character. And in the source field, I'm going to choose the heat character. This automatically applies the heat animation to our target character using the HIK system. Now you can see there's some tweaking that needs to be done because the characters have different proportions. So we'll go ahead and switch back over to the skeletal definition of the dummy character. Go to the Edit Character Definition and then Edit HIK Properties. We'll hit the Retarget Specific dropdown. And we're going to go ahead and change the hip and the ankle height compensation to user. And then we can drop the ankle height compensation until the animation looks how it should. Get it looking just right. Now when we play, you see the animation retargets very well onto this dummy character. Now what we can do to finalize this whole operation is first stop the playback, and we can bake this animation onto the dummy character. First we'll make sure the dummy character skeletal definition is chosen, and we'll go to the Bake menu and hit Bake to Skeleton. We'll let this process complete, and when it does, we'll no longer be directly retargeting from heat to the dummy character. The animation will just exist on the dummy character. You can see here I can hit play, the animation is still there, and I can now delete the heat, armature, and mesh. And now this animation just exists on this character skeleton. And like that, you can take any animation from the vast heat library and very quickly retarget it to any character you have with a skeletal definition within Maya.